Hi, I'm Martial Arts Master Bill Fitzpatrick, welcoming you to Master Small Business Course 1, Lesson number 2. As we learn from Lesson number 1, George has become a master of success. And he's thinking, for me, there's a lot more out there in the world beyond driving that bus. He's thinking, why not me? You are an independent, self-reliant, capable person of action who can make up your own mind. You let your actions and your accomplishments speak for you. Using the action principles as your guide, with your focus on where it should be, on your customer, with your thirst for knowledge, with your ambition, and your willingness to work hard, well, you don't have any doubt that you're going to win and you're going to be successful. Don't bother. Never make excuses. Always believe in yourself. Like George, make a decision. Hey, I'm going to stop taking orders and I'm going to start giving orders. Every day, we all make a lot of choices. You can choose to go to college. Well, that's okay. That's a good choice for some. You can choose to, do what I did, go to college and also work full-time. You can earn a degree, and as you're working, that's good for some. Your life is about choices. You're going to make a choice, I'm going to be fit or I'm going to be flabby. I'm going to be rich or I'm going to be poor. I'm going to be motivated or I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to be serious or clueless. I'm going to be nice or mean. I'm going to be helpful or critical. Every day, you choose. You choose who you are. But remember this. Most average people see what's going on around them. And most average people make a decision to not make the effort to change. They decide not to take the risks that are involved to become successful. But you're here, so this is not you. You are a tough, thoughtful, spiritual person of action. You deserve success, but you fully realize that success is not going to be handed to you. Why should you be unhappy in your job and do nothing about it? How many people live life like Groundhog Day, one miserable day after another? You take your 20 minutes of quiet time and you realize that you have a God-given free will to make choices. You don't like your job? Okay, it's up to you. Get another one. You don't like working for other people? You'd rather be your own boss? Well, then go out and start your own business. That's what you're learning here in the Master Small Business courses. Our story in Lesson 2 is about Dora, the meat cutter. Well, she's worked there for a while, and Dora loves her job at Friendly Freddy's supermarket. She likes working for Friendly Freddy, but the day comes when Friendly Freddy retires and his evil, lazy son takes over the business. Well, it turns out that his son is not all that interested in the grocery business. Little Freddy is a terrible manager who, it doesn't take too long for him to start running the business into the ground. Now, what happens to poor Dora? Dora's a single mother with 2 children. Doesn't matter. Dora does a good job at Friendly Freddy's. Well, sorry, but that doesn't matter either. None of these things about Dora really matter. All of the supermarket employees lose their jobs because of the indifference and the incompetence of one person who happens to be the boss. This can happen at little companies like Friendly Freddy's Supermarket. And alert and aware, as a thinking person of action, you know that this can happen at big companies like Well, you work at Enron, you work at Kodak, you work building Oldsmobiles. To be successful in business, you can't hide. You can't be naively hopeful. You're a thinking person of action. You know, you're kind of like a warrior, always on your toes, alert and aware. Very simply, when you're at work, you've got to be figuring out, hey, what's going on around here? What kinds of things are happening that could affect my future? What industry are you in? If you're selling VCRs or typewriters or telephones with cords attached, not a very good bet. That's the industry. Okay, now what's happening in your company? If you see that orders are slipping and there are cutbacks and cutbacks on everything, well, you probably don't want to get too comfortable and you don't want to count on earning a pension from the company that you're working for. If the industry, I'm watching that. The company I'm working for, I'm watching that. Now, what about your boss? If you see your boss checking out job listings on Craigslist, hello? If you walk in and you see your boss hitting the sauce, hey, hello? Can you control your industry? Can you control your company? Can you control your boss? Not likely. You got to keep your head up and your eyes and ears open. Two important words, alert and aware. Now, alert and aware means that, well, you may see opportunities for a promotion. Or it could mean that you see a leaking ship and you got to get off that ship before the ship sinks. Now, Dora has a hobby, a part-time job as a photographer. Can she support herself and her kids as a photographer? The average annual salary for a professional photographer is somewhere between $16,000 and $40,000. Not a lot of money. Well, can't make it on 16, maybe scrape by at 40. And yet, doing her research and thinking, you know, there are exceptional famous photographers. Ann Geddes, Ansel Adams, Annie Leibovitz, Andy Warhol, Richard Avedon, who have made millions of dollars each year as photographers. Now you're putting yourself in Dora's place. What should Dora do? She can whine and complain, but hey, no one's interested. And whining and complaining isn't going to get her anywhere. Or she can make a decision and say, hey, I'm going to learn, I'm going to try, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to reach for the stars. My goals, objectives, I'm going to reach for the stars. I'm going to be all that I can be. Remember the business rules. Quality product or service that the market demands. Appreciate your customer. Copy success. George can do this. Dora can do this. You can do this. This is your life. This is your choice.